Brought to you by TempleTreasury.com, House of Joseph in Diaspora, Guyana. Today, we continue our global journey through the House of Joseph in Diaspora. Having surveyed the ancient lineages of Africa, we now turn our attention to the Americas. Our first stop, the quiet but remarkable story of the Jewish descendants in Guyana. Section 1. Guyana, a small but distinctive Jewish lineage. Our journey begins in the northern edge of South America, where Guyana sits between Suriname, Venezuela, and Brazil. Though Guyana's Jewish population today is small, but its history stretches back nearly 400 years. Part 1. The first Jewish presence, Sephardic settlers of the 1600s. The earliest Jewish presence in Guyana emerged in the mid-1600s, when Sephardic Jews, fleeing the persecution of Spain and Portugal, found refuge under Dutch rule. In 1658, the Dutch granted Jewish leader David Nassy permission to establish a Jewish settlement along the Pomeroon River. This colony prospered. The Jewish settlers brought valuable skills in agriculture, trade, and sugar cultivation. But in 1666, disaster struck. An English military force from Barbados destroyed the settlement. The surviving Jews fled to Suriname, where they later helped establish the famous Jewish colony of Jodensavanne. Part 2. The Mizrahi and Baghdadi Jews of the 19th and early 20th centuries. The second major wave of Jewish presence in Guyana came centuries later. During the 1800s and early 1900s, Guyana, then British Guyana, became part of a much larger British Empire that stretched deep into the Middle East. This allowed Jewish families from Iraq, the Levant, Syria, and Lebanon to arrive as merchants. Though often mislabeled as Arabs or Syrians, these families were Jewish. Among the most prominent were the Elias family from the Levant, who became influential merchants until economic turmoil in the 1960s. By the early 20th century, Guyana had only a few hundred Jews, nearly all involved in trade and commerce. But political tensions and race riots in the 1960s caused most to return to the Middle East or migrate to the United States or Canada. Part 3. World War II and the refugee era. Before World War II, both Nazi Germany and Winston Churchill discussed the idea of relocating large numbers of European Jews, possibly hundreds of thousands, to British Guyana. These plans never materialized. Sadly, in 1939, the SS Königstein, carrying 165 Jewish refugees, was denied entry. However, during the war, the colonial government did allow 50 Jewish refugees to stay temporarily, but all left after the war ended. Part 4. Guyana today. Guyana today has no synagogue and no organized Jewish community. Yet traces of Jewish ancestry are found among families whose grandparents and great-grandparents arrived as merchants, refugees, or early settlers. One of the most recognizable Jewish figures in recent Guyanese history, Janet Jagan, an American-born Jewish woman who became Prime Minister and later President of Guyana. Her life remains a noted part of Guyanese history. Part 5. Why Guyana Matters. Guyana's Jewish story, though small, is significant. It includes one of the earliest Sephardic settlements in the Western Hemisphere, a rare example of Mizrahi Jewish migration to the Caribbean region, a community that survived not through institutions, but through family memory and blended identity. It stands as yet another reminder that the House of Joseph, scattered across continents and centuries, left footprints in places many would never expect. Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed our video on the House of Joseph and Diaspora in the Americas. If this presentation has enriched your understanding, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Your support empowers us to continue documenting the global presence of communities who carry, preserve, and identify with Hebrew, Israelite, and Jewish heritage throughout the world. Thank you for watching.